guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more
leather-bound books. Hey, doing another video. This is not a book review, but this is a request for your input. I actually need your input. So I did this a few months back when I got I think it was the Easton Press Spring catalog. And now I have, not even kidding, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Easton Press books, which definitely cost me over $1,000. I have yet to read a single one. So my problem is that I'm addicted to buying books more so than I am actually getting through them. I mean, I do read them, but I cannot read them as fast as I can buy them. So it's a bit of a problem. I guess it's a fun problem. I can do it. I just I need your guys' help though, because last time I did a thread on Social Galactic, and I'll do the same here as well as this video, but I'm gonna share the links and show you in this video all the ones that I have some interest in. I circled them in the catalog, and I'd love it if you could either respond to the video here in the comments or to the Social Galactic thread that I'm gonna put up later. But y'all helped me majorly. You saved me money because I was gonna buy all the books on the list last time, and I think a bunch of you let me know which ones weren't a good idea to buy, or at least get in a paperback and not spend a ton of money on the premium leather gold version. So I'd love to do the same thing here. Starting with this one, Michelangelo. So the Easton Press does this a lot, right? They have these colorful books. Like, I'm not super in love with a color image on the front, but these pages from the ones that I have already are super high quality. And actually, I'm going to be honest, 141 is actually on the cheaper side for these kinds of books where they have very high quality, detailed color images on some really nice paper. It's not just the gold tip, like the paper quality feels very high quality. So I'm curious if anyone's read this, because I'm looking at maybe getting it because of the visuals as well as the descriptions, because I don't know a ton about Michelangelo and his artwork, and I should. I'm Italian. So let me know about that. I circled this one for my son. He loves cars. He's 2.5, and just maybe he'd like this, but again, I wouldn't put this book in his own ownership until he's like 14 years old or something, because of the quality and the cost of it. And I probably could find this exact book in a paperback made for kids. It would cost me $20, but if anyone has this, I'm curious to know if it's good. Whether or not you have the Easton Press, or just if they have a paperback version of it somewhere on Amazon or something. My son has lots of car books, but none about the history of cars. And even when he opened the catalog today, he started pointing at the tiny little images of the cars that is in the catalog for this book. So he seems interested already. I'm kind of curious if anyone has it. History of the Civil War. Oftentimes Easton Press will send a box with the book. You keep the box. It's like a case for the book to go in. This is one of those. I'm curious if this is legit, either neutral or more based history. I don't want the left-wing perspective of it was slavery and shitting all over the South. I want a true either non-biased or even right-leaning version of the history. So let me know if you've read this. That would be great. Life of Robert E. Lee, the same exact thing, right? We know Lee was a Union general who turned and went Confederate, and still lost the war, but he's a renowned figure for sure. And I'm very curious, again, for the same reasons as the previous book, if this book is good, if this book is at least somewhat neutral or based in its perspective. Same thing there. Let me know. Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. Again, same thing here. This looks like a nice book, just from the outside. Totally judging a book by its awesome cover. But, yeah, I am curious, once again, based or left-wing perspective or a neutral perspective, if anyone's read that. Let's see. Alchemy and Mysticism. They talk about it in the catalog and on the site that it's a tour of the medieval cosmogram and images of Christian mysticism. I see a lot of alchemy here. I'm curious if anyone has read this and if it, it falls more under the section or like if it's more occult and not exactly Christian. If it is Christian, I'd be curious. I might be interested in buying it. I think alchemy is an interesting subject, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Thomas Aquinas himself was an alchemist. But let me know. I'm not loving that pentagram on the cover, and I don't want to buy a sinful occult book, at least not for $135, if that's what it is. So let me know if you've read that. I'm closing all these, but I actually kind of need them open because I am going to do a thread on Social Galactic after I post the video. General Lee and cars, and I think that's it. We'll get to the others that are listed there, right? I'll verify it, but anyway. So yeah. Okay, Fight Club. I never read the book. I liked the movie. I thought the movie was interesting, somewhat based. Probably did not need to flash subconscious or very quick images of cocks on the movie screen, but that's what they did. I've never read the book, and I'm curious if anyone has. And if so, I'd probably scoop it. Again, Robin Hood. This would be an interesting book for my son. Is it a good book for young men to aspire to? I've got some books like that, including the junior classics, and if this is one of those that somewhat falls under that category, I'd probably pick it up. Dead Sea Scrolls. This is interesting because this would be the second version, well, not the second version, but similar to the other book, the Nag Hammadi Scriptures, which I did buy. And if you don't know, the Nag Hammadi Scriptures and the Dead Sea Scrolls are a collection of very early Christian writings that were found in like a cave or in some kind of treasure chest somewhere. They're not part of the Bible. The Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Mary Magdalene are not in the Bible. And I do believe that this stuff falls under Gnosticism and maybe not, the Christianity that you and I and the rest of the folks probably subscribe to these days. I'm okay with that. I just, I don't want to buy heresy in leather. So I'd be curious if anyone's read this and if it's just completely out of line with what we know today in the Bible, or if it's good. Let me know. Speaking of the Bible, that's an expensive Bible, folks, but it is really nice looking and it's got images. Look at that cover. So simple, just a big old cross there. That's just calling me. That's calling me. But I've got a Dewey Rames. I've got a King James. This is also a King James, by the way, so that is a Protestant translation. But this is a King James. I've got one of those. I've got the Dewey Rames, and I've got I don't know where the others are. They might be on a different shelf, but we've got other Bibles in the house. I don't know. If anyone has this and thinks it's worth it, let me know. Curious about your take. Shakespeare is legit and probably belongs in everyone's bookshelf. I would love the complete works, but I would settle for A Midsummer Night's Dream at $70. Let me know if you like the quality of that book. Arabian Nights, I've never read it, but I definitely would be interested. If anyone's read it, let me know. This is funny. So they have a book in the catalog called Gunfighters, and I tried searching for this with different spacing just to make sure. It's not on their website, but they literally sent it in the catalog this summer. It's a Western book of books about Wyatt Earp and Billy the Kid and like Jesse James, Doc Holliday, basically all the best characters from the movie Tombstone. And I wanted to get that. That seemed cool for not only me but my kids, my boys. And they literally don't have it on the website, so I'm not happy about that. It's almost like they cucked and removed it, even though it's in the catalog. Couldn't tell you what that's all about, but yeah. So there's that. Let's see. This is actually on Vox Day's list of books. I think it was a 2007 or 2008 Vox Populi post where he put a section of books that will make you literate. Like, read these to be literate. And I copied and pasted into a notepad here, and it is here. The Complete Works of Edgar Allan Poe. And that is a very cool book. I probably will just grab it. But if anyone's read it, let me know. And I think Vikings is the last one. Vikings were definitely interesting. So I think this is pretty colorful and pretty instructive. Again, a lot of the Easton Press books are not text; they are images. But yeah, that's basically it. I am gonna do a thread on Social Galactic like I did a few months back, and I am gonna ask for your opinions. Save me some money, folks. Save me some money. If any of these are not great, let me know. And yeah, either let me know on the comment section of this YouTube video or on the thread that I'm about to put up. But thank you so much for checking this one out. As for book reviews, I am still reading E. Michael Jones's Logos Rising. It is a 700+ page book. I'm about halfway through it, and I will reserve my comments about that book until it's done. Thanks so much. Have a good one.